Hi, welcome back to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Jackie Callan, a boxing analyst from BoxingInsider.com, someone who has followed boxing for almost 40 years, including from the betting angle, and you used to manage boxers. Is that true as well?
I still do.
You still do?
I still manage. I promote fights. I'm dead center in the middle of things.
So you know boxing is basically what you're saying here, Jackie.
I know boxing.
All right. Well, everyone's just debating and discussing whether, win, lose, or draw, whether this is like the last fight, that the last time this is going to happen, or if there's going to be a rematch. My sense is that anytime there's enough money in something, it's all over the world, but especially in boxing, it's going to happen. My sense is win, lose, or draw, there'll be a ton of money in this for a rematch. I think no matter what happens here, a rematch is basically a lock. Would you disagree with that?
I agree with that, maybe 90%.
Okay.
Because if the other 10% is if it's a lousy fight and if it's a very one-sided fight, let's say that Mayweather wins every round and it's a shutout and it's a real boring fight. I don't know that anyone's going to want to see that again. And the other option would be a very early knockout. I don't know if anyone would want to see that again. However, they might, because they would think it's a fluke and could he do it again? So whichever way that goes, there would probably still be interest in a rematch. But if it's a bad fight or a boring fight, then I think people might not want to see it again. So I think it depends pretty much on what kind of fight it is.
I hear what you're saying, but even if it's a bad fight or a boring fight, that's nothing that a little bit of trash talking on Twitter and in the media over a couple of weeks or a couple of months can't solve, right?
The right spin job on it,
yeah.
Especially if the person that lost comes up with a story that they had, a personal problem that they couldn't talk about and their head wasn't into it, or they had the flu and didn't want to tell anybody, or their hand was broken, or
all three
whatever.
of those, all three of those at once. Personal problems.
There will be a spin doctor who would figure a way to excuse that loss and say, let's do it again.
It's basically a lock unless, barring some kind of, natural disaster, right?
Potentially, if this one is going to be a $300 to $400 million fight, what would the second one be? And then what would the third one be? I mean, are we talking $1 billion for a trilogy?
We will see. Jackie Callan from BoxingInsider.com. Thanks so much for all your thoughts previewing this fight with us.
Thank you so much. It was fun, and let's hope for a good fight.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jackie.